about ion selective electrode, its construction and working. Before, what is ion selective electrode? An ion selective electrode is a one which selectively respond to a specific ion and develop a potential at the electrode in a mixture as a function of the concentration of that ion in a solution. So we can write it like this: ion selective electrode is one which selectively respond to a specific ion and develop a potential at the electrode in a mixture as a function of the concentration that ion in a solution. Okay. Here, an electrode, say glass electrode, is an ion selective electrode. It is usually immersed in a solution. Okay, and this is a glass membrane which can able to respond a specific ion, say H plus ion, and it in the solution it may contains not only H, even Cl minus, Na plus, like different ions present. In that this electrode is specific in action and develop a potential at the electrode in a mixture as a function of that particular ion, concentration of that ion. And that type of electrode, what we called it as a ion selective electrode. A good example for ion selective electrode is a glass electrode. Glass electrode is an ion selective electrode. Okay. See, in the electrode generally, the glass electrode or a ion selective electrode generally consists of a membrane. So that's why it's also called as a membrane electrode. And this membrane is capable of exchanging the specific ion with the solution with which it is in contact. Therefore, the electrode it is also called as a membrane electrode. Okay. So we define a glass electrode or a particular ion selective electrode is a one which selectively respond to a specific ion and develop a potential at the electrode in a mixture as a function of that particular ion in a solution. Now I consider the construction and working of glass electrode. Okay, construction and working of glass electrode. So this is what the picture I shown. It is a glass electrode. Okay, this glass electrode consists of a thin walled glass bulb. And here in the glass electrode, we observe a thin walled glass. It consists of a glass bulb. It consists of a glass bulb, and this glass bulb is made up of a special type of glass with high electrical conductance. Usually, in the case of glass electrode, we use silicate glass may specially be selected for the purpose of to act as a glass membrane. Okay, and this glass bulb is filled with a particular normal solution, a standard solution, that is 1N HCl. Okay, the glass bulb is filled with a solution of N by 10 HCl, and simply this is an electrode, what we called it as a silver chloride electrode. Simply a silver chloride electrode is inserted at the middle of the bulb, act as an internal reference electrode. This is also called as internal reference electrode. Okay, and is connected for external electrical contact using platinum wire. Okay, connected by means of a platinum wire. The electrode is dipped in a solution containing H plus ion of different strength. Okay, it is dipped in a solution of H plus with a different strength. Here, it usually consists of, I already written, the thin walled glass bulb. This is a glass bulb made up of a special type of glass. Usually silicate glass are used for this purpose. And the glass bulb is filled with decinormal HCl, which is act as an internal standard solution. Simply a silver chloride electrode inserted in the middle of the bulb act as an internal reference electrode and is connected to the platinum wire for external electrical contact. Okay. And the electrode usually dipped in a solution containing H plus ion. So this is dipped in a solution containing H plus ion of different concentration. It is other than zero point 0.1 normal. Here, that's why this one is called as a analyte solution. Call it as a analyte solution. Presentation of electrode is here. It contains silver chloride electrode, and that is inside the bulb, and this in turn is contact with the point 1 or n by 10 HCl. In turn it contact with the glass bulb. So the representation of the electrode becomes Ag bar AgCl bar n by 10 HCl bar glass. So when you dip this electrode in a analyte solution, so that time the glass bulb is in turn contact with the analyte solution. So we may represent the cell, or we may represent the electrode when it is dipped in a solution, that is the analyte solution with the concentration of H plus ion C1, and inside the bulb, outside the bulb a gel layer is developed, and that gel layer develops a potential E1 volt, and outside the bulb it develops a potential E2, and it in turn contact with the internal solution N by 10 HCl with a concentration H plus ion equal to C2. In turn it contact with the internal reference electrode AgCl electrode. Here, the ion exchange reaction that takes place inside and outside the bulb due to difference in the concentration of the electrolyte. So, H plus ion of the external analyte solution is in contact with Na plus Gi, the membrane which contain Na plus ion, interact with the H plus ion of the analyte solution and releases Na plus, and the H plus ion is introduced or in, exchange, Na plus ion is exchanged with a H plus ion. So due to the difference in the H plus ion concentration inside and outside the glass bulb, a gel layer is developed across the glass bulb. That is, the migration of H plus ion inside and outside the bulb across the bulb that takes place. As a result, there is a development of a potential called it as boundary potential. This boundary potential is mainly due to the difference in the potential outside and inside the bulb. There exists outside the bulb the different concentration, whereas the inside the bulb the concentration is N by 10 HCl. As a result, a boundary potential is developed, and that boundary potential can be represented in the way that denoted by EB. The boundary potential is denoted by the term EB. The EB which is equal to E1 minus E2, that is the potential developed outside the bulb minus the potential developed inside the bulb. So EB equal to E1 minus E2. E1 minus E2, which is equal to, you know, the Nernst equation 2.303 RT by NF log C1 by C2, where the C1 and C2 are the concentrations. You know, the here it is the development of some concentration cell, because due to difference in the concentration, same electrolyte of different concentration, we should represent in terms of Nernst equation for a concentration cell. So that's why we write 2.303 RT by NF log C1 by C2, where C1 is the concentration of H plus ion of the analyte solution. It is an analyte solution, and C2 is the concentration of H plus ion of the acid solution, which is inside the gas bulb. Okay, and it is always constant. Usually we'll take 0.1 N HCl. That is throughout the while manufacturing. So we'll use a 0.1 N HCl. So C2 is a constant, and you know, number of electron transfer during the reaction is N, that is equal to 1. always there is a H plus ion, so N is equal to number of electron transfer is equal to 1. So C2 is constant, N is equal to 1. Substitute these things in the first previous equation. So we'll get equation like EB, which is equal to constant term. That constant term is nothing but minus 2.303 RT by F log C1, or we may write like EB is equal to constant plus 2.303 RT by NF log C1. So we represent like 2.303 RT by NF log C1, where we can write the constant what we represent. It is equal to, we may put a term L, which is equal to minus 2.303 RT by NF log C2. And you know the N is equal to 1, or we may represent at 298 Kelvin. This equation can be represented this way. EB is equal to L plus 2 point, or L plus 0.0592 pH, because N is equal to 1. Okay, and instead of writing pH, we may write like log C1. I'll represent like that only. EB is equal to L plus 0.0592 log C1. And you know that the log C1 is equal to minus pH, or you know the equation pH is equal to minus log concentration of H plus. In this case, pH is equal to minus log C1, or we may represent EB is equal to L minus 0.0592 pH. Here, EB, from the equation, we predict that EB depends upon, or depends only upon, the concentration of H plus ion. Okay. So now we can represent the combined glass electrode. When we check the want to check the concentration of H plus ion, we should use a combined electrode. We represent this way. The combined glass electrode is immersed in an acidic solution. Then the potential of the glass electrode, we represent EG, is given by, okay, the combined glass electrode, usually it is immersed in an acidic solution. Then the potential of the glass electrode, EG, is given by, it consists of three terms. We may represent like EG equal to EB plus E reference plus E estimator. EG equal to EB, that is a boundary potential, plus E reference plus E asymmetry. Okay, so we can write where EB, E reference and E asymmetry. What is that EB? EB is nothing but boundary potential. So EB are boundary potential, reference electrode potential, and a small asymmetry potential. You know, EB and E reference is well known. And what is the third term, E asymmetry? So we can predict E asymmetry. It is particularly observed in the case of a glass electrode, not in all the electrodes. Particularly in case of glass electrode, we observe a small asymmetry potential. Okay, because of the formation of a gel layer, a small asymmetry potential is developed. So theoretically, we consider the EB is equal to 0. You know the equations. So EB equal to E1 minus E2, or we can represent 2.303 RT by NF log C1 by C2. Log C1 C1 by C2, if it is equal, then EB should be 0. But however, a small, when C1 equal to C2, however, a small additional asymmetric potential contribution exists. Okay, a small asymmetric, that is E1 C1, if you take a same concentration inside and outside the glass bulb, but there exists a small potential. And that potential, what we called it as a asymmetric potential. Okay, a contribution exists even when C1 equal to C2. Thus we can write the glass electrode potential is the sum of three terms, and you know EB value. So I may represent EG equal to L minus 0.0592 or 1 pH plus E silver electrode potential. Reference electrode, here we use a silver electrode, so a plus EAG bar by bar AgCl electrode plus E asymmetry. And we may represent the glass electrode potential like Eg equal to E naught G minus 0.0591 pH. And what is E naught G? Where E naught G is the sum of the constant terms L plus EAG bar AgCl plus E asymmetry. Okay, in this way we can able to predict the electrode potential of a glass electrode. Okay, so the glass electrode potential is Eg equal to E naught G minus 0.0591 pH. So what is the advantages of this electrode? The main advantage of this electrode is this electrode can be used in an oxidizing or the reducing environment. It can be used even in the presence of an oxidizing agent or a reducing agent. Okay. Then the other thing is the electrode does not get poisoned. The electrode does not get poisoned. Only the silver chloride electrode is inserted in a 0.1 NHCl, whereas the platinum wire is present in the external circuit, so electrode does not get poisoned. And the third advantage is by using special glass electrodes, pH 1 to 14 can be measured. By using a special glass electrode, the pH 1 to 14 can be measured. Okay, so these are the three important advantages of glass electrode. Okay, then I'll consider the disadvantages of this electrode. There are few disadvantages of this electrode. The main the disadvantage I already discussed. It can able to find a pH up to 14, but to find the pH around 12, we have to use a special glass electrode. Okay, a special glass electrode can measure up to pH 12. Okay, it is possible up to pH 12. Above 12 pH, usually cations of the solution affect the glass interface and render the electrode useless. Usually above 12 pH, cations which present in the solution, they adhere on the electrode surface. As a result, the electrode becomes useless. Okay, above 12 pH, cations of the solution affect the glass interface and render the electrode useless. Then the second disadvantage what we observed is if you use a very low pH value, that time the anion come into picture. That is the acidic solution. It has highly acidic solution of pH less than 1. Okay, the acidic solution of pH less than 1, the salt effect due to the anions are observed. The salt effects due to anions are observed. Okay, then the third disadvantage what we observed in this electrode is because of high resistance of glass. Okay, here we use a high thin glass bulb with high electrical conductance but high resistance of glass. It is necessary to use a special electronic potentiometer. Okay, the ordinary potentiometer is not sufficient. If you want to measure a very low or a very high pH, then a special electronic potentiometer is required. Because of high resistance of glass, it is necessary to use special electronic potentiometer. Okay, so these are the few disadvantages of this electrode. And then application of this electrode, the main application of this electrode is this electrode can be used to measure the pH of a solution. The electrode is mainly used to measure the pH of the solution. pH of any given solution can be measured.